Welcome back. So in part one, we talked about why fascia behaves the way it does. But so many of your questions were so great and they kept coming in that we're continuing the conversation. I'm Dr. Lisa Koche. Today we're looking at how fascia shapes and moves and is connected to our nervous system and what you can do to support healthier patterns over time, because everything is connected. This is the biggest part that I can't stress enough, and make sure you stay tuned until the end, because we're going to be talking about one of the biggest signs of fascial dehydration. People mistake it for anxiety or burnout, and it really has to do more with hydration. So let's dive in. So one question, this is something we talked about a little bit in part one, but why does releasing fascia instantly change my mood? And it's because, again, the fascia is like a super highway. It is so much more than we ever thought, which is, again, I take this opportunity in every one of my videos to stress the importance that you understand that our bodies are fascinating. We have to keep the awe, the wonder, because when you think you understand these vessels that we've been given, you think you know it all, that's when you get in trouble. When people stand by a certain point and they're not willing to be open to discussion or new findings, then that's where we really get in trouble. Our bodies are amazing. So there's more sensory receptors in our fascia than in almost all of our tissues, which is wild to think about. But it also makes sense because it's just the mere surface area that it spans, because it literally connects everything. It's a super highway. And when we have sensory receptors, that means it's sensing the environment. So if you're giving it love and peace and slow breathing, it can relax and move and connect the way it's supposed to. If you're giving it anxiety, fear, it's sensing tension, it's going to be a lot more kind of tied up. So when it's bound up like that and you find a way to release it, whether it's on your own or with a practitioner, it can immediately change your mood in a positive way. One day I'll share with you guys an experience I had after myofascial release that was wild. It was an image that came to me about my healing as a kid. Okay, next question. How do I hydrate my fascia? And this is what I was talking about at the intro. Something we don't realize is that fascia is in and of itself a hydraulic pump. What does that mean? It's literally where we move water. We are mostly water. The water gets moved on the super highway of our fascia by movements that are really cool to watch. Your Living Fascia video, you can watch it pumping water droplets. So it's a structured fluid movement within the tissue. It's not just drinking water. So this is where people get it wrong. You want to structure your water, which is a topic for a different video, but you can structure your water by getting it vortex, by adding fruit to it, by intention can help. There's lots of ways to structure water. That helps bring the activated fourth phase of water, which is a gel-like consistency that works better in your fascia. So fascia thrives on, it needs that. It needs structured water. It needs a proper balance of minerals. Obviously, yes, you need to be hydrated, but with the right water. So structured, mineral-infused water. And it needs a gentle motion. So you need to be moving. And very often, if you can do varied movements, that's the other thing I see very commonly in athletes is they're doing the same movements over and over again. That's why yoga can be very healing and hydrate the fascia, because it's in a lot of ways and a lot of times accessing parts of the muscle and the fascia that maybe your typical workouts aren't. Why does my body tighten under stress even if I stretch daily? It's because of the stress hormones. So you're going to go into protection because you have this innate response. It's called cell danger, but we have a lot of other responses that happen in the body. If the cell senses danger, it will go into protection mode. When it's in protection mode, it balls up, including your fascia. So it's going to prioritize getting tight and going into protection over flexibility, because stress unfortunately wins, right? The body senses stress and its number one goal is to protect you. Stretching helps, but you really need nervous system regulation. Next question, can fascia affect your digestion or your sleep? Absolutely. It goes around every organ. So remember, especially your gut and your digestion, if your fascia is tight, your gut can't move as well. And the diaphragm can affect your sleep quality. So we have ways of, working on deeper breathing, box breathing, breath work. These are going to help exercise the fascia in your around your lungs, which is near your diaphragm, your rib cage. That will make a huge difference potentially in your breathing and your sleep. And the last one I have for now is, how do I know if my fascia is dehydrated? How do I even know? If you are stiff, and I've experienced this too in my lower back, if you are stiff, especially in the morning, creaky, sticky, feeling resistant to movement, and I see this at all ages, it's not just an older person thing, it's happening in young people too. It can be mistaken for just aging. Like, we say, well, we're just aging, or we're just stressed out, so we're a little tight. It can also be what we were just talking about, which is dehydration in the fascia. If it doesn't have enough of that structured, mineral, balanced water to move through, it's going to respond by giving you stiffness or giving you some symptoms that just don't feel good. I hope this series on the fascia has been as fascinating for you guys. It is evolving, so I promise to keep you up to date as more comes out, as we understand more about the fascia and this fascinating organ. It's really an organ. It's a superhighway. It's got piezoelectric charge that communicates with each other. It allows us to connect organs like this faster than our chemical messengers or anything carried in the blood. So as more comes out, I promise to share more. So make sure you check out part 1 if you missed it. Make sure you subscribe for more conversations that help you understand your body on a much deeper, spiritual, fascinating level. And I hope to see you guys soon.